In John chapter 6, we read about the multitudes that were following Jesus. It says somewhere between 5,000 and 15,000 people were following him because they just wanted to be near him and they wanted to hear him, what he had to say. It says that he climbed this really tall hill and he saw that they were hungry and he wanted to feed them. So he had them sit down. You know the story, 5 loaves, 2 fish. He asked the Father to bless it, and then he asked the disciples to go ahead and distribute the food. When everyone had finished eating, he asked the disciples to go pick up all the leftovers. And I thought to myself, how did he know there were going to be leftovers? Well, of course he knew. He's God. And he's not the God of just enough. He's the God of more than enough. I feel like we're that crowd of people right now. I feel like we're that massive crowd that are just starving to hear him, starving to hear his heart for us, for what he's thinking, what he's feeling in this time. It actually says that when he climbed this tall hill, it says in the Passion Translation, it was this tall, grassy slope. And he asked the people to sit down. Does that sound familiar? Psalm 23, he makes us lie down in green pastures. I think this is a great call for us. We have been spending so much time in prayer and petition, declaring his truths and his promises to him, travailing in prayer, and he loves that, and we're still going to do that. But I think it's equally important to sit down and have some listening prayer where we find our green pasture and we ask him to pour into our hearts what his truth and what his promises are. I believe he wants to tell you that he has a solution, because he does. He has the best solution. I know he wants to tell you that he will always provide for you, and he won't give you just enough. He'll give you more than enough. And in the midst of all this chaos, he wants to offer you peace. He wants to tell you that he's actually doing a whole lot of good in this, more good than you could ever think or imagine. So I encourage you to find your green pasture today. What does that look like to you? Is it a rug on your living room floor? Is it your back patio? Is it your office chair? A lot of us are working from home. Take some time and just pause and do some listening prayer and let the Good Shepherd pour into your heart today and remind you of his peace. Remind you he's got this. Remind you you are always going to be cared for. Remind you he hears you and he's answering you, but he's doing way more than you could ever think or imagine. So be encouraged. Listen to your Good Shepherd today. God bless you.